And here we go. Another day here in Washington for OTAs is officially in the books. Now, today was a very interesting practice. Again, no pads, no contact or whatnot, but got to see a little bit of the new kickoff return style. Noah Ibignagni was a guy bringing back some kicks, but there was a bunch of guys kind of maybe not auditioning, but just seeing what they can do. Emmanuel Forbes is another guy that, they really like in terms of just potential-wise. So, Dan Quinn doing a really good job seeing where guys can fit, where guys have unique skill sets. And Emmanuel Forbes might be one of those guys who doesn't seem like he could be a day one return man, but at the end of the day, could surprise some people if he, comes in here and maybe earns a job in that aspect. Now, in this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about another day here at Commanders OTAs. But I do want to let you guys know that, again, things are going to continue to ramp up going forward. It's still a little bit slow, but don't worry. The good days are coming. We're going to see a lot more highlights, analysis, have more news and notes, and more guys who are really breaking out. Right now, we're still in the beginning stages of Phase 3 where they're lightly getting into the work, but still have a lot of ways to go. Now, in today's practice, again, we talked about the kickoff return a little bit, how that is going to, affect special teams and what guys could be able to step up, like the Emmanuel Forbes, the Noah Ibignagnis, and maybe the Jamison Crowders, Chris Rodriguez, right? There's going to be a lot of guys auditioning to win that kick returning job with this new format, so we'll continue to monitor that. And then we actually got some breaking news on the offensive side of the ball, something that is very interesting. Now, Brian Robinson, after practice, came out and said, and this is not really a direct quote, I'm paraphrasing here, he said, kind of expecting to be in a fast-paced, no-huddle type of offense for next season, which is kind of exciting. Kind of exciting with Jay and Daniels. I think he's a perfect fit to run that up-tempo. We know in college they love to run that up-tempo, right? Cliff Kingsbury coming over from USC. Caleb Williams, right? They run some up-tempo at times over there. Jay and Daniels coming from LSU. They like to run no huddle. They like to get in action, get going quick. Don't let the defense set up completely, right? I think this is going to work out pretty well. They brought in the right coaching staff. They brought in the right quarterback to be able to handle that. But can they get the the stamina up for some of these guys here in Washington with guys like Terry McLaurin, John Dotson, Luke McCaffrey, Dynamic Brown, right? Zacchaeus, Jamison Crowder, Jameer Bird, who they just signed recently. So a lot of these guys have got to continue to impress, going to have to continue to ramp up their stamina and make sure they're well rested going into the start of the season. It could be quick. There could be a quick offense this year, and I'm definitely excited to see how that works out. Expect to see a lot of Austin Eckler in these little, fast packages, fast-paced type of offense styles, quick screens, get it to them early, and let playmakers playmake, right? So I'm excited to see what this offense actually looks like, come day one. Very, very, very excited to see, what happens over the next few weeks. Jay and Daniels got to see him throw a lot more. Still just building chemistry with Luke McCaffrey and these wide receivers here. I really do love what I'm seeing in terms of Terry McLaurin. There's a lot of different ways to approach this specific scenario. If you go back a couple of years ago, and I know this is, completely off topic here, but, a guy like Jalen Ramsey a couple years ago said, whenever the team would draft someone at my position, I wouldn't really want to help them get better because at the end of the day, they're here to take my job eventually. So I'm not going to help them. I'm going to keep doing me, and I'm going to let them figure it out on their own. But Terry McLaurin's not taking that approach. He's like, listen, yeah, maybe this guy could take my job in a couple years from now, but at the end of the day, he's here right now. I'm here right now. Let's go win. Let's go win some games before he officially takes my job. Now, obviously, that might not happen, but it is kind of true. If you think about it, at a certain, standpoint, they are drafting guys to take over positions at some, at some specific spots on the field. So, Terry McLaurin said, you know what? I'm going to help him. I'm going to do whatever I can to coach him up, help him be in the right spots, learn the playbook with them, and just kind of completely, do this as a team, right? And it is kind of similar because Terry McLaurin's in a similar boat where he's got to relearn a new playbook, new coaching style, a new, new scheme with Cliff Kingsbury and Dan Quinn Jr. So that was definitely something to note. Terry McLaurin has been doing a great job mentoring and just being a leader. Before we get any further into the video, guys, make sure you guys do me a favor, by the way. Hit the like button just so we can get this video out to more Commanders fans around the world. But also subscribe if you're new. Join the family. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family. We will be covering the Commanders throughout the entirety of the offseason, which includes OTAs, mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, regular season, everything you guys can think of. We got you guys covered. Now, another thing to note was I believe that defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr. was not at practice today. I think he had something going on. I'm not too sure the specifics of it, but I'll tell you what, man, the offense looked good today. I don't know if that's because Joe Witt Jr. had to miss some time, wasn't with the defense, working with them, up close. But, man, Jay and Daniels look good, right? Some of these guys, some of these weapons, they got open. They were definitely making some plays. Now, again, we'll start to ramp up a little bit more. I do want to show you some more, like, press conference from guys like Brian Robinson. I'll probably put that in at the end of the video. Maybe some, I'm pretty sure Bobby Wagner actually was at the press conference afterwards as well. So I'll probably throw a little bit of his footage in there as well, just so you guys can kind of see and get a taste of how these guys are feeling throughout practice and, what they're going through on a daily basis. So I'm going to try to put some of that in there here at the end of the video, so if you guys want to continue to watch, you guys can. If not, hey guys, be prepared. We're gonna be posting videos almost every single day for the Commanders and some updates and everything you guys need to know. We got you guys covered. So expect maybe another Commanders video tomorrow, maybe giving you another full overhaul. But I do know that soon enough we're gonna see some more footage, more highlights, more pads, more helmets, not helmets, I don't know why I said helmets, more contact. That's when things are going to get really fun. So join the family, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications. And here's a couple of quick segments that I probably liked and I want to show you guys from the press conference. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yeah, he looks good. I think he really moves well, throws the ball well. And, for a young guy that's coming in, seems to really, command the offense. And I think that's important. I think that's very important in the quarterback position, to be able to stand in front of these guys, especially older players, and kind of nail it and say, I got this, I got it figured out. So I think he's done a great job of that.
He's coming along very well. He's just taking what's given to him right now. He's just kind of learning. We don't expect him to just come out here and first day, first week, just have it all under control. We just expect him, just continue to take strides each and every day, and we just want to continue to see that enthusiasm to learn and just get better every day.
What's cool? Up at 12:30, and then practice I got to be up at 6:45 or whatever it is. That's been the hardest part. Luckily, Lakers not playing, so I'm cool. But, I want to watch Kyrie play, but hopefully, they change that just for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry to hammer the leadership thing, but
it's one of my favorite topics, so bring it.
You guys as coaches can lead the way that you do and set the tone and culture and all those different things. How important is it to have locker room leaders, and what can that do for a team, having kind of those veterans who can stand up in a locker room and say what needs to be said?
Yeah, the very best teams I've been a part of were really strong in the locker room first, and those standards that they create together, to me, that's where the gold is. And so having ways to hold each other accountable, to push one another, to challenge one another, and that's what really being a great teammate is all about. Sometimes you're the mentor, sometimes you're the mentee, and it doesn't have to be young to old always either. It's, like we were talking about earlier, a player now going to, do some punt returning. Well, Crowder's a great person to talk to about that if you've not done a lot of punt returns or kick returns. So finding these little spaces to lead one another, push one another. Sometimes it's in the weight room, to say, come on, this is a guy who brings that energy into that. Sometimes you'll see it on the field. So it's not one person that has to continuously lead in every way. That's what, if no one's leading in that space, that's a real cue. It's your time to stand up.